Hi everyone. In recent videos, we've been looking at the importance of connection with our children, but connection on its own is not enough. In today's video, we'll be looking at the importance of having good boundaries with our children as well. Someone told me a joke once that went something like this. A person goes into the shop, does their grocery shopping, and goes to the till. While they're waiting in the queue, they see a mother and child standing in front of them. The child is bored and starts taking the trolley and bumping it against an older lady in the front of the queue. Bump, bump, bump. The observer is concerned about this disrespectful behavior and does what people do, looks straight at the mom. What will she do about this? The observer notices that the mom does nothing at all. Finding it difficult to watch this behavior continue, the observer prompts the mother. Look what your child is doing. Now, it turns out the mother was quite aware of the behavior, she simply wasn't doing anything about it. Oh, we try to avoid saying no to him too much. We're bringing him up as non-directively as possible so that he can find his own true path in life. At this point, the observer took some sauce from their trolley and emptied it onto the mother's head, saying, I was also brought up like that. Of course, the point this joke is making is that our children are unlikely to learn respectful behavior without boundaries. In the 1960s, Diana Baumrind did research on different parenting styles. She was looking in particular at two aspects of parenting, responsiveness and demandingness. Responsiveness was a characteristic which described appropriate responses to children in terms of warmth, affection, connection, and support. Demandingness, on the other hand, was being appropriately firm, having boundaries, confronting misbehavior, and also insisting on certain good behaviors. So demandingness might mean saying no. It might mean stopping your child doing something wrong, or saying, yes, you do have to brush your teeth, yes, you do have to wear your seatbelt, and yes, you do have to go to school. Baumrind described 4 different parenting styles based on these 2 factors. The authoritarian parent was firm and strict, but not very warm and kind. Demanding, but not very responsive. The authoritarian parenting style did not get the best results for children. The permissive parent, on the other hand, was very warm and kind, responsive, but not appropriately demanding. Bit of a marshmallow, bit of a pushover. Permissive parenting has poor outcomes for children. Then there was the unengaged parent. This parent was not appropriately responsive or appropriately demanding. They weren't engaged enough with their children to be either. This is a picture of neglect and had very poor outcomes for children. Baumrind discovered that the best parenting style, the one with the best outcomes for child development, was what she called authoritative parenting. These parents were appropriately responsive and appropriately demanding with their children. What's relevant to today's video is what Baumrind's research and other research since then has shown us about permissive parenting, in other words, parenting without sufficient boundaries. Children from homes where parents were permissive tended to be moody, low in social skills, aggressive. There were long-term negative outcomes. As students, for instance, they tended to exhibit something called academic entitlement. They expect good marks and results, but don't expect to put in the required work to get these. This makes sense when you think that nobody's ever been particularly demanding with this child, so they wouldn't expect to work hard to get where they want to get in life. Permissive parenting also had long-term effects on their relationships. For instance, children from permissive homes showed more hostile conflict in their adult relationships. So if you look at the research, there's no doubt that permissive parenting is bad for children. Children need that love and warmth, but they also need us to be appropriately demanding with them. Sometimes you meet people who are such lovely people, but the child doesn't seem to be turning out as lovely as the parents. The parents are so kind and understanding, but the child is moody and aggressive. This may be a situation where the child is suffering the effects of permissive parenting. As one friend put it, children need their vitamin N. No. We need connection, but we also need appropriate boundary. And on this channel, we'll be looking at practical ways to have appropriate boundaries with children. You'll see that we emphasize responsiveness through our emphasis on attunement. As we've shown in previous videos, attunement is what helps children to feel safe. We need our responses to fit well with their signals. One of their signals may be misbehavior, And we need to know how to respond to that too. What we need are the kind of responses which are effective in teaching our children to be respectful members of society, but at the same time do not hurt children and undermine our connection with them. Nonviolent discipline skills naturally fit with the best kind of parenting style, which is authoritative. If you would like to find out more about nonviolent discipline skills, visit the Peace Discipline website at www.peacediscipline.com and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.